Hi, my name's Miley. I wanted to talk to you for just a minute about the Goals on Track app. We all have really big goals in life in all areas, from our families to our businesses to what we want our children to be. In ways that we want to work with our health and maybe learn a new language. There's all kinds of reasons to set big goals. And too many times those goals get lost in what we wish we had done. Maybe even in our New Year's resolutions, or halfway through the year we think, why try now? What if you had a way to actually manage the goal? Goals on Track is packed with tools that we all need to do what we want to do better than we've ever done it before. Instead of just throwing the goal out there and hoping something happens, now we can actually see our progress day by day, week by week, and get to our goals. You can set a goal about anything, and you can start with a framework that helps you to get there. What could be better than to have an actual way to get where we want to go? I wanted to take just a minute and look at the power behind the Goals on Track app. I don't know if you've ever had a really great big goal that you just were not sure if you could do it. We liken things like climbing the Everest and running marathons and starting businesses, and we don't really realize how much work and how much planning has to go into the really big things people do. So the power behind Goals on Track is really because we do need to set goals. We are creatures that need plans. Well, so we have these great big ideas and we set a goal, and there's this chasm between today and when we want to finish that goal. Well, what's the first step that you take? That's the power behind Goals on Track. We have to know that when I take that first step off of today, I can actually live by design and on purpose. And it sounds easy in some respects and daunting in other respects. But if you start to set goals in every area of your life and you have Goals on Track where you can monitor what you're doing and how you're doing it, you may be like I am. You don't want to do everything every day. Maybe you want to work on one goal 2 days a week and another goal 3 days a week. And maybe you want to work on one every hour of every day because it's that important. Goal setting really is the key trait of people who move mountains in this world. But do all of them have the right tools? And what is it exactly we don't do right about goals? And honestly, you know what we do? We set them and forget them because we don't know what to do. Yes, we set the wrong goals at times. Sometimes we set stuff that is way out there. And I mean way out there. That's not a SMART goal. SMART being an acronym: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. If we set unrealistic goals, that's why we don't move forward. That's why the ladder feels like it doesn't have the bottom rungs. So with Goals on Track, you don't end up setting goals that you can't achieve. You can actually watch what you're doing and make progress from the first day. Probably, I believe the biggest reason that we don't achieve our goals is that we don't follow up. There's no way a goal is going to magically happen. That doesn't apply. So let's talk about the proven strategies. If somebody knows that there's 7 proven strategies, doesn't it make sense to have the tool to help you put those 7 strategies into place to achieve your goal? We all know we're supposed to write them down, but where do you write them down? How about inside Goals on Track? And then you create a concrete plan. And this is really honestly what I love about this, because the templates give you a starting point. The templates are so powerful. So why not start with something that helps you to start with a basic framework and move forward? One of the really important things, we may track our time, but what about our actions and our habits? And we all talk about accountability, accountability groups and accountability partners. You know what? Accountability comes from inside us as individuals. Maybe you want a group. Maybe you don't. Maybe you'd rather just have it between you and an app that keeps what you're doing private, because your goal is going to affect a lot of people and you want to make sure that it does. I can't tell you how important my habits are to what I get done every day. Whatever we have to get done will expand to the amount of time we have to do it. If you don't have a lot of time, you're going to get a lot done as long as you're careful with your habits. That's the fifth one. It's not always bad habits. What if it's good habits and you need to do more of that? Keeping a goal journal gives you an opportunity for how you're doing, but also how you're feeling at the time. And one of the things that's really important is getting your emotions involved in how you want this to look as you come out the other side. How do you want to actually see this come out? Using a vision board, using photographs of the people you care about and how you want this to come out. That's your why. So isn't it great that now there's a system, Goals on Track, that gives you the ability to put it all together? That's what's great about it. You don't have to come up with all of this because somebody already did. So you can do all of the above. You can start out with great goals that you can actually achieve. And then you can put the pieces into it, from smaller pieces underneath goals to smaller pieces beneath that to know what to do today, tomorrow, next week, so that you can see your progress. It will keep you encouraged. I mentioned the templates. I mentioned the vision board. It's all inside. You can also measure, how are you doing with your habits? How are you utilizing your time? Maybe you want to start a couple of new positive habits. Maybe it's getting up earlier. Maybe it's going to bed on time. Maybe it's reading more. All of those things play a role in how well we achieve our goals. You can also keep notes. So in all of this, the most important thing you're going to learn is that all of the great ideas you've ever had about tracking a goal are inside Goals on Track. I would encourage you to click the link right now and get started. There is no reason to wait any longer, because Goals on Track is exactly what you're looking for to get you from here to your goal in each area of your life. Whether it's exercise, starting a business, getting a hold of your finances, whatever it is, you can put it into Goals on Track, get set up, set reminders, get it in your calendar, and make it happen. Don't wait any longer. Click the link and get started right now.